Alright, let's see what we're going to work on today. I think we're going to start in these cheeks area first. What I want to do is try to get this concave look right there. You can see it on these other figures how I did it there. That makes your figure look good. What? Can't see it?
No. See, by the time I zoom in, you've turned it. Okay.
So we want to, comes down from about here, like that. And I doubt, like that, I'm not going to be able to do it with this knife. I'm not going to be able to do it with that knife. So what I'm going to be able to do it with is just a little fishtail gouge here, palm gouge. See if I have another one up there that might work a little better. Let's see. Anyway, we're just gonna there you can see it adds a little definition to the face there. Now we'll do the same thing over here. That looks good, and that'll increase as we go along, because we still have a lot of other material to remove up in this area here. Okay? Alright. Next thing I think I'm going to do is create a sideburn here, which will come down like that. Again at an angle. Come up. I'll take it right on up to the top of the head. Come down to here. And then across the bottom. Like that. Take out that chip. Now you notice I took out this chip, but I can't take out this one without turning that head around and taking it out the opposite direction. Because again, the structure of the grain determines on which way you're going to remove a chip. If you don't do that, don't remember that, you're going to end up with ragged cuts, and it's just not going to look good. It's going to look sloppy. And you don't want that on your carvings. Take that a little more scoop. There, looks good. So again, a slant. Turn your knife around and come around this way. Match them up. So this side I can carve down. This side over here, I have to go down this direction. These are really important lessons to learn that you'll pick up over time. That, people will try to fight it, but it don't work. It only works one way. Let's put it that way. There's nothing you can do about it to try to get around it. It's just that way. I'm gonna have to use a little scoop to get in there and get that out of there. You got a fat one and a thin one. So we're going to thin this one down just a little where they match up. Now that we've got his sideburns established, get rid of that pencil line, we can do his ears. So with the pencil, I'm going to just draw down like that, up around like that, put a little tab here. There, okay? Just keep it simple. Starting here, okay, here's one instance where I'm going to go straight in, okay? Because I want a shadow line in there. So I'm going to start right there with a deep stab, and I'm going to go up. And notice how my knife is laying over as I come around like this, and just sort of bleed it out right there. Same here. Stab it. And then I'm just going to let it come out because I don't want it to go down any farther than that. Around the little thing right there, I'm going to go just right around it, keeping my knife at an angle to match that cut line over there. Now I can take out this chip, take out this chip, and then just with my knife, just round it around that area there. Take out that chip and take out those chips. And then go back and clean up my cuts like that. And then for the line, as you're carving, try to get rid of as many of those little tags that always hang down at the end of a cut as you're working that area. If you try to save it all until you finish, go back and clean it up, it's not near as easy as it is if you just do it as you're doing it. Okay, so there we've got the ear outline. Now, that ear comes around like this, goes in like that, and then down like that, okay? So I'm just going to take my knife, go in, and it jumps there, but that's all right. Turn it over. And then, starting about right up in here, this area right here, I'm going to come in with my knife and scoop it out. Like that. Now see the shape of the ear? How the ear is shaped now. Trying to get him to see how it curves in. See, it's no longer a big plane. Now it actually dips in there and it goes down back here in the back, which is what you want. You can make it even deeper if you want it. The more you cut that area out, the deeper the ear becomes, the more definition that it has. I'm going to come up here and put just a little cut right there. And with the ear like it is, now I can come back up here and thin it out, the ear out so it doesn't look so thick and heavy. But I wanted to save all that material that I had on the ear so I could eventually come back and do this. I got a little chip on the ear right up there. Get rid of that. There. See there? That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Just get rid of my pencil lines. Get everything finished so I don't have to come back later and clean up my work. So there, now we have the ear. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Again, just starting about out here. Bring it around. Down to there. Little line there. Still got a couple of tags there. Looks good, I like it. Okay, again, now this time we're going to do it just the opposite because I can't go around like that. There's no way I can hold this thing that I can do that. So this time we're doing it just the opposite. I'm going to lay my knife all the way over, and then as I come around, I'm going to go into it and bring my knife straight up by the time I get right to there. And then down here, it's not so difficult down there. Bring it to meet it, and you just tip your knife up so it goes, the point of the knife goes up to that next cut. And again, take that chip out. Take that chip out. Get rid of that tag. And just work your way around to get rid of the other chips. So there, we have that one roughed out. Now again, I'm going to take out that little area right there. It's best not to do it like this until you do this here. Outline your area that you want to cut. And then come back the opposite direction and take it out. And again, come in and take that out like that. Okay. All right, now to define this cheekbone even more, what I tried one day, and it worked out just fine, I drew a line like that, and then I drew a line like that, just a T shape. Just like that. And then starting up here, real shallow, go deep to the midpoint, and then come back up real shallow. And then take that chip out right down to that line right there. And right down to that line right there. And that'll come right out of there. See, that really gives him a caved look. And then you can just kind of clean it up. Soften it up, rather. Actually like that a little deeper right there. And turn it around, do it the same on the other side. Shallow, just point it there, and then go down to the point, and then back up and let the knife run out. And then starting up there, come down. Boy, now if everything worked as clean as that did, boy, we'd all be in business, wouldn't we? So now I can clean that one up. Things are getting tight here with all these details starting to show. Come into play. Ragged cut right there. Bring that up. And soften this line up a little. Come over here. Okay, he's really getting some definition to him now. Alright, now let's talk about the eyes here. When I do eyes, I always think of sunglasses. Remember, you got to remember that the eye is nothing but a ball back in here, the eyeball. It sits back in the back there. Let's see if I can find something here that'll show that. See, here's the socket of the eye. Here's that definition we just cut in. Okay, the socket is just a big hole, and within that hole sits a ball, small little ball. Right there it is. Right there, comes in there and just sits in there. And then there's muscles around it. See the muscles coming around here like this? So that's what we want to do. First we want to draw the muscles. So we just draw a big circle. Like that. And we repeat it over here. So when you do that, it kind of looks like he's got sunglasses on, doesn't it? I'm just checking the lay of the eyes here. I think they're all right. So, just like we did around here on this little area, we're going to do the same thing around here. We're going to come around here like this. take a chip out there. Now your eyes make or break your carving. So you have to take your time and do them, plan them out. So there, we got the one done. I'm going to go a little deeper right here. So there, we have the one done. Now we're going to do the other one. Just take a look at it first. And again, your cuts on this side is different than the ones you made on the other side, so you just have to remember these things. Now let's just check them. A lot of these little hairline cuts, see that one right there? That one's along there. Once this wood is wet, when I get ready to paint it, and I soak this wood down, those things will just close up. One of the things, you know, that I try to remember to do is not go back over and over and over the same area, because each time you do that, it seems to get worse, you know, when you're trying to make a correction. And that's what happened right up there in that area there. Alright, so we this area pretty good here, and one thing I'm starting to notice, see how my knife is scuffing again? getting those scuffy marks on it, well, it's time to stop and go back and strop my knife. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I don't think you need to watch because I showed you how I did that before. Okay, so I'll do that now. Okay, I went and stropped my knife again, so let's see how it's working now. It seems to be sharper. This was a real scuffy area over here, and that cleans that up real nice. Now if you use this knife, these blades, they don't last forever. They're disposable blades. Now these are titanium coated. I don't know if that has any effect on anything. They don't seem to carve any better than the uncoated blade. But eventually it's going to get to the point to where you really can't sharpen it anymore. So in that case, just flip it around, redo the other, hone, strop the other side until it's nice and sharp, and use it. And then when that one's done, throw the thing away and chuck in another blade and start all over again. That's the beauty of this knife. Not only is it very sharp, you're not going to have to spend all your time sharpening it. Okay, I'm just going to work on these eyebrows just a little. Trying to get a sinister look on this guy here if I can. So. I'm going to take just a gouge here. Now with my knife blade, I can come down here and give him some furrow lines. Probably do this. No, can't do it that way. Try to improve it. Get a little more character to it by doing this. One more will do it. They kind of get smaller as they go up the head, and a little bit more soft, not so sharp. Okay. Now you'll notice it begins right here. The jaw works up into this area. That's why that real deep depression is right there. But that depression has an effect on your eye plane right there. See if I can find a better picture to show you. Right there. See how it comes up here and then dips in like that. So that's what we're going to do now. Is we're going to dip it in about right here. hear Judy sighing back there. I don't know why. I'm trying to be as...
Thumb was in the way of the hat.
My thumb was in the way.
And the hat was
And we come right across to that right there and do the same thing. See how much more character that gives your piece? Boy, he's got a big eyebrow there, doesn't he? I really like that. That's really nice. That little ledge there, and these ledges right here, and the sharpness of the eyebrow. Boy, that looks slick. I really like that. You get these, you know, as you're working along. If you let the wood, your chips, and the wood tell you what it's do, let it do what it wants as you carve. You really come up with some of these little surprises that really work out in your favor. So I just, you know, when I'm doing something, I don't set out to do any particular thing. Well, I mean, this will be something dealing with the Old West, but I don't know what it'll be yet. I just let things happen, and that's, to me, that's what the fun is. Yeah, I like it. Now, let's go back to this thing here. I don't think it'll show it too much. It does a little. Let's see if it shows a better one back in here. It doesn't show too much. See, this line comes down here? Just barely perceptible. Right there. See it come there? Curve on around. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start it about right there. And just take a little chip out there. And I can only go so far, and then I have to turn it over and continue on the other side. See how much more muscular that makes his face look? Now we'll do it on the same side over here. Make sure we got them lined up right. That looks pretty good. Looks good. Okay. Whoop. What do you think? I think this is going to be a neat looking head. And again, we had no idea of how we were going to do this when we started out. We just let things happen as they went along. And we're ending up with a pretty nifty looking guy here. So that's going to do it for this video. Next video we'll come back and we'll finish these eyes. Okay? So until then, I'll talk to you later.